Well, there's something pretty special happening in the sky tonight, the biggest supermoon of 2021 and a lunar eclipse. We're just crossing our fingers that those clouds will move out of our area. And we're bringing in a NASA expert to talk more about this lunar eclipse and supermoon, as well as some of the ongoing efforts to send people back to the moon. Molly Wasser joins us now. Hi, Molly. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
So first off, just want to start with the basics. We've heard about supermoons and eclipses, but can you tell us exactly what they are?
So a supermoon occurs when the moon is closer than or near its closest point in its orbit to the Earth. So the moon's orbit is not circular, it's an oval. So a supermoon is a little bit bigger and brighter than average. And then a lunar eclipse occurs when the Earth goes in between the sun and the moon, and the Earth casts its shadow onto the moon. The moon will turn a little bit red.
Okay, and what makes this event so special to have the lunar eclipse and the supermoon, all of this happening at once?
Well, a lunar eclipse always happens when there's a full moon, but it's not as common when a supermoon lines up with a lunar eclipse. So there's only a few supermoons a year, and lunar eclipses happen even less frequently. So it's really exciting to have that happen at the same time.
And you mentioned that the moon will turn, there's kind of that red shade to it during the eclipse. Why does that happen?
So it's actually the same phenomenon that happens that gives us brilliantly colored sunrises and sunsets. The sunlight gets filtered by Earth's atmosphere. So the only sunlight reaching the moon has actually gone through Earth's atmosphere. Blue light gets scattered and red light passes through and falls onto the moon. So it's almost like all of the world's sunrises and sunsets are being projected onto the moon.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. That's really neat. All right, so what areas of the country or the world will actually be able to see this tonight? Of course, pending weather cooperates.
Yes, pending weather, of course. Montana, if the weather is clear, you should be able to see a total lunar eclipse. The whole western United States should be able to. I'm on the East Coast, and we'll only get to see a partial eclipse. And then some of the Oceania should see a total eclipse.
Yeah, we're lucky again now if we can just get the clouds and the weather to cooperate for us. So let's talk more about the moon and how studying it helps us really better understand our whole solar system.
Yeah, so I like to think of the moon as a time capsule of our solar system. So unlike Earth has wind, it has weather, it has rain, flowing water. The moon doesn't have that. So kind of what happens on the moon stays on the moon. We actually can still see the tracks that the astronauts left on the surface of the moon 50 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so by studying the moon, it's really well preserved. It's like an archaeological site of our solar system.
Yeah, that's fascinating. You can still see that from that many decades ago.
I know.
And so astronauts, like we were talking, were sent to the moon with the Apollo program, now preparing to go back with Artemis. Can you tell us more about that program, what's being done right now to get ready for that?
Yeah, so at NASA, we're very busy preparing for a human return to the moon, but this time we're planning to go and stay. So we're looking into sustainable long-term exploration. I work on a mission called the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, which has been orbiting the moon for almost 12 years now. And we've mapped the moon's resources, its topography, so we're really well prepared to go back.
And where can people go to learn more if they want to kind of track that mission, learn more about the moon, or even details about the supermoon and lunar eclipse tonight?
So I recommend following us on social media at NASA Moon. I actually run those accounts, so I guarantee you'll have some good information there, or you can visit moon.nasa.gov.
Okay, great. And I do follow some of those on social media, and it is fun because there's all kinds of really neat information that gets posted there. Molly Wasser, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time and your expertise.
Thank you for having me.